All right, so I got a lot of requests asking for me to get this pair of sneakers and do a review. I was hesitant because the price point is pretty hefty. I think $225 or so on this one. This is the Hoka Skyward X, and it is a insane pair of sneakers, as you can see right here. I mean, super mega thick boy on the Skywards. And there is some reasons why this is one of those shoes that you guys wanted me to see, probably because the max cushion factor is here with this one. Like, look at this crazy stack of foam. Is it too much though? Is it good? Let's go ahead and get into the review of these guys though. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. And if you guys do want to buy a pair, I will link them in the description of the video, but maybe you want to listen to the review first. So first thing out of the box, you look at the shoe and you're like, holy Jiminy, like the size of this midsole is literally the same size. I mean, the midsole here is thicker than the upper part right here, which is nuts. Now the foam does come up the sidewalls a little bit, but like this is an insane stack of foam. So like, I don't, it's overwhelming. And it's fun to be at a place in the sneaker market where I'm actually having to look at shoes, go, are these too much cushioning? Like we've discussed this in the past in a couple different pairs here and there where it's like, this is like too soft and squishy, or like this is something where it's not even possible to casual because of the stack height of the shoe. And this is, by all intents and purposes, not a shoe that you're going to casual. However, I wanted to know if it was possible. Is this a shoe that I'm going to be able to wear comfortably or not? So that's kind of my intent in just reviewing this shoe. For those people that don't know, I review shoes casually. I'm not a runner. So just throwing that out there from the gate. But $225 on a pair of the Hoka Skyward X's. They do fit true to size in my opinion. I got a 9.5. 9.5 fit me just right. If you guys have a difference in opinion, of course, leave a comment. I will link them in the description if you guys are interested in buying them. But let's get into some information about what Hoka says about the product, and I'll get into some more of the overview of the shoe. So it says the rundown. The plushiest ride on the road. We threw out the rulebook when creating the Skyward X, pushing soft and smooth to the extreme. This cushy new trainer features a revolutionary suspension system with a convex carbon fiber plate that allows suspension system to compress and spring back with each step. A soft, highly resilient PIBA foam sits closest to the foot for a lively cushioned ride, while a supercritical EVA frame provides a stable base for your easiest miles. These are best for everyday runs. Flat knit upper PIBA midsole foam carbon fiber plate, supercritical EVA rocker frame, deep active foot frame, it says, is the trademark on the frame. The weight is 11.3 ounces. Heel to toe drop is 5 mm. It says stability for this is neutral, not moderate or stable. And the cushioning is plush, not responsive or balanced. This is the plush thick boy. The flat knit upper features zonal engineering, which molds to your foot for a sock-like fit. And so there's a lot of information to unpack there. There's a lot of tech added to this midsole. And I like that they say they threw the rulebook out the window when they created this, because literally you look at it and you're like, where does this fit into anybody's lineup? For runners out there, I don't know where you fit this into your lineup. It's so incredibly ridiculously thick for max cushion. I literally tried on one of these next to the Clifton 9s, and I'm like, where's the cushioning in the Clifton 9? The Clifton 9 is my favorite comfort pair of Hoka's. It's the one that I would recommend for vacations and everything else. Comparison to this, you're like, holy, like there's so much cushion in this shoe where it's overwhelming, to say the least. Yes, it's soft and squishy. Yes, it's massive. You do feel a crazy amount of squish in the forefoot as well as the heel. Heel-toe transition makes you feel like you're literally stepping through like pillows and stuff as you're transitioning from heel to toe. So yes, the midsole is insane. I do like that they have two different foams. The dual density foam there is nice. The fact that Hoka actually has like a PIBA based midsole, it's something that I've been wanting for years now. Like I keep looking at the Hoka Clifton series. I'm like, why haven't they put PIBA in this one? Or they have their own base foam in like a $130 model, but they don't have anything proprietary from what I've seen in the past. It's nice to be able to see them evolving and creating something that has like more industry standard stuff for soft and squishy rides. And I think that they definitely went crazy on this one. So yes, it's comfortable, but right out of the gate, my biggest flaw on the shoe is the fact that the stability feels off. And Hoka usually does a really good job with stability with maximum comfort and maximum cushioning. Like overall, even though you have a larger stack of foam on like the Cliftons or the Bondis, like it doesn't feel like you're gonna wobble. Like it kind of compresses just right where you feel okay, like it's absorbing the roll. This has that mostly, but then there's a couple spots where you're just like, what? Like it catches you. Like I don't know if I'm the only one. If you guys have a pair and you've tried them on, even running in them or not, like leave a comment, let me know. Am I crazy? I don't know if it's because of the placement of this carbon fiber, where maybe this is just made to spring forward. It's not made for casual side to side, but it is a casual, like everyday sort of runner, they say. So it's not one where I would think that you couldn't casual it just because it has a carbon fiber in the middle. When I was reading the information about the shoe, I was actually getting the impression that this carbon fiber plate thing was just to help you with like heel toe transition, kind of giving you that ultimate rocker sensation, but not the crazy spring back that you get from like the Alpha Flies and stuff like that. I don't like that they have this little carbon fiber little shank part here on the side. I feel like as the foam wears down and stuff, I feel like this, if you catch an ankle with this, you're going to probably just gouge yourself with that. But I do like that they did sort of create something different, the way that they integrated the carbon fiber plate, where they just didn't sandwich it between two foams. They try to make it a little bit special, if you will. So that's probably my biggest complaint, though, is the overall stability of the shoe. The other thing that I don't really love about this is the fact that this is a like $225 model that doesn't have a gusseted tongue. It's weird to me that it's not gusseted. The tongue is detached all the way down here, so the floppiness of the tongue could potentially be something there. It is kind of forked in the middle where it's a little bit smaller in the center section of the tongue. I don't necessarily love that design either. The Rebel V4 is probably my favorite shoe of the year. Has the same design, kind of my complaint on that one as well. But overall, it does feel okay on feet. It didn't feel like my tongue was going to be shifting around, so maybe there is something to it where the fork design is like that and then it doesn't flop to the left and right too much, so maybe it doesn't need to be gusseted, but I do prefer it a little bit gusseted. Now, that being said, if you pull the tongue down, you do notice there is some extra added support here on the sides that come up from the top eyelets, which does help with the lockdown of the shoe. I like that they added some reinforcement there. Kind of nice that they did that. The engineered mesh on the upper, I think, looks nice. I do like that there's reinforcement around the toe box, and then they have like additional added stuff around the heel section as well. Also, I like the Hoka branding on the side. It's actually just not fused on. It's like rubberized on top of that. It does give you more of a premium feel, and I like that there's a little bit of a silhouette to the Hoka logo as well. Also, I did want to point out, it's kind of interesting that Hoka just completely rebranded itself. Like, it's never just Hoka One One anymore. It's just Hoka. Like on the insole, it says Hoka One One or Hoka 1-1, as I originally read it the first time I saw it for Hokas, but now it's just Hoka everywhere. So I think it was a smart move because the One One is just confusing to people. And maybe some of you guys are watching this going, I didn't know that. It is what it is. Also, the traction on the outsole is pretty decent. You do have a lot in the forefoot section, and there's like 3 different sections here. Kind of nice that they did that. And then 2 in the heel section. So very usable locations for the rubber on the outsole. The upper is nice though. It's a little bit thicker than I'd expect. Definitely something that is going to be more durable, but it's not very breathable. So if you're looking for like a super lightweight, breathable, $220 like runner, this is not going to be the shoe. Like, these guys are pretty heavy. So they're 11.1 ounces, as they said. That's a pretty heavy shoe for like a super shoe, if you will. So I feel like this shoe has an identity crisis in a sense, because it's like Ultimate Plush at a crazy premium price point of $225. The fact that these are heavier and thicker doesn't put these in the same category of the other kind of elite runners. Like the New Balance FeelCell Elite Series, the Alpha Series from Nike, like this one's kind of in its own league, which is a league that I think I'd be really, really happy about, because max cushion, I'm in. I feel like there is kind of a threshold with max cushion though. Like, I feel like this shoe would be almost perfect if it was just a little bit less cushioning than what they have on here. The feel underfoot is exceptional though. Like, it is insanely soft and squishy, but I do feel because of the stability issues that I felt in the shoe, I'm not really sure it's one that I feel comfortable casualing. Like, if I'm going to Disneyland, do I reach for a pair that has a crazy amount of cushioning? If you need it, like if there's a specific foot problem that you have where you need something insane underfoot, maybe this is one that you're going to be like, yeah, this is the go-to one for me. For me personally though, like, I'm looking at this and I tried on these next to the Invincible runs. These felt 10 times softer than the Invincible runs. I tried these ones on next to the Cloud Surfers from On. These ones felt 10 times softer than the Cloud Surfers. I tried these on next to the 1080 V13s from New Balance, one of my favorites out there as well. The Skyward X is almost double the squishiness of the 1080 V13s even. So like the squishy feel is insane in these, but I do feel like it's too much. At least for myself, the 1080 V13s is soft and squishy enough and low profile enough. I would prefer that shoe over these when I'm going to Disneyland and stuff like that, because they are soft and squishy. Some people find those ones unstable. Imagine when you put these ones on, you're definitely going to feel like these are unstable. But again, it's an interesting balance because Hoka is usually really good with stability. This is one where I did feel a little bit wobbly in. The feeling underfoot was insane. And I'm just like kind of at a loss. I'm like, is this a shoe that I keep or not? Is this a shoe that I see myself wearing more? I feel like if you're going on like long walks all the time, or, maybe beginner runners out there that need just crazy cushion, this is going to be a shoe that you're going to go, this is nuts. Like, it's a pretty exceptional feeling underfoot. But is it something that's going to be functional for everyday use or not? I don't really see it as that, as like, there's a lot of other shoes on the market that could be like an everyday runner that you don't feel so much craziness in. I feel like it's a fun experience on feet. It's not one that's probably necessary for most people. And I guess I'll leave it at that. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of, again, shook. I feel like this is like really, really insane soft squishy, but also heavy, but also like unstable and not very breathable, but very like durable. It's a weird mix of stuff that doesn't make any sense to myself usually for a lot of the shoes that I review. If you haven't seen some of my other reviews, feel free to check them out because basically, this one is an odd duck in the sense where usually it's soft, squishy, lightweight, fast, or, very well cushioned, but they added stability to the shoe, or in some cases, terrible stability, and it's just meant to go fast, go forward, like, like the Adidas Sprungs and stuff like that. They're so narrow with the Prime X. This is like thicker, wider, heavier. I don't know. It's a weird mix, but I like it a lot, and I also don't like it, if you will. So I don't even know. I feel like this is a mixed bag review. So if you're on the fence, whether or not you're interested in trying these, $225 is a lot of money. If you really want that max crazy cushion feel underfoot, with maybe some stability issues that I notice, maybe you don't notice them. But if you want to roll the dice, get them, try them out. Maybe they're like absolutely perfect for you. If you get them and you don't like them, best case scenario, you can try to return them after you try them on. But that's my biggest thing is like, you probably should try these ones on. It's definitely one where it's very tailored to this specific individual. Yes, we're all here probably because we like soft, squishy, comfortable sneakers if you're watching this video. But this one might have taken things a little bit too far, in my opinion. But that being said, I'm excited to see where Hoka takes things in the future because they have a correct formula in a lot of the stuff. The Cliftons is an example. Give me the Clifton 10s with some Piba midsole action. And I feel like those ones are going to be a grand slam. But leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the Skywards. Is it something you guys were on the fence on or not? Personally, my recommendation, if you guys want soft, squishy underfoot, I'd rather go with the 1080 V13s from New Balance. I think that it's a better overall like wearable shoe for everyday usage. The Fuel Cell Rebel V4s are also amazing. I did a direct comparison to both of those from New Balance because I think both of them are excellent, but they're also very different on feet, even though both of those are very soft and squishy. But these ones are insane. It's like you took the Elite V4s, the Rebel V4s, the 1080 V13s and sandwich them all together to make this guy. Like that's how it feels on feet. They're just insane. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know what else to say. We'll leave you with that. Appreciate you for stopping by. If you guys do want to buy a pair, link in the description. If you want to buy a pair of the New Balances that I mentioned, or check out the videos, go to my channel. But appreciate y'all again for stopping by and watching. Have a good one. Hopefully see you back on the channel for more content. Peace, guys.